Hello, everyone. This is Miss Kopak. This is word work lesson number 6. If you have not done word work lessons 1 through 5, you will want to go back into Seesaw, find those activities, and do them first. Today, we are going to be reading some multisyllabic words that use closed, silent E, and open syllables. Remember, closed syllables use a short vowel sound. Silent E and open syllables use a long vowel sound. If you want to have your own copy of this chart, there is a link to it at the bottom of the directions in Seesaw. Also in the directions, there is a link to the syllables chart. This chart shows the different types of syllables. So far we've done closed, open, and silent E. And this chart will tell you what each of those syllables are and give you some examples. So if you ever get confused or you want to do some more review, make sure to check out those links so that you can read these charts and print them out if you have a printer. So like I said, today we're going to read some multisyllabic words. And whenever we come to a word that we don't know, we should try chunking it into syllables. So in order to chunk a word into syllables, remember first we should find the vowels. Here we have 2 vowels that are separated. So that's a big clue that we will have 2 syllables. Now I'm going to need to look for silent E, closed, or open syllables, and then break them into syllables. So I actually have a few choices here. I could make this a closed syllable because I have a vowel with a consonant afterwards. So if I did that, I would read this word as hum-id, humid. Humid is not a real word, so I need to try this again. So this time, instead of using a closed syllable, I'm going to try an open syllable. So I'm going to break right after the vowel. Now, I can't break after this vowel because it would leave the D all by itself, and we can't have that. Every syllable needs to have a vowel. So MID will have to stay together as a closed syllable. But here I have an open syllable. So this would be a long vowel, hue. And here we have mid, hue, mid, humid. Humid is a real word, and I've actually heard it a lot lately when I've been watching the weather report on the news. We've had lots of hot and humid weather lately. So we're going to try reading some more words the same way. We're going to look for the vowels. We're going to separate into syllables. So this first one here, we have 2 vowels. So again, I could try making this a closed syllable first. So we would say hot, and here would be L, hot L. I don't think that's a real word, guys. So let's try doing an open syllable. So let's try breaking right after the O. Here we have ho-tel, hotel. That is a real word, hotel. So this word started with an open syllable, and then it ended with a closed syllable. And just to give you a hint for today, all of these words that we're going to look at today start with an open syllable. I'm telling you that because some of you I don't know as well as the other students. So some of you, these might be new words for you that you've never heard of before. So in order to help you a bit, I'm going to let you know that all of these words start with the open syllable. So in this next one here, we have 3 vowels, but the E is at the end. We have a silent E here. So these guys are going to stay together. And like I said, we're going to separate right after the first vowel. So we would read this with a long vowel sound, die. And then here we would have lute, because remember, long U can sound like oo. So dilute, the word is dilute. Let's look at our next one. We're going to separate right after the first vowel. And now we're going to try reading it. Focus, focus, focus. Here we have an A and an O, and we're going to separate right afterwards. We have major, major. Let's separate right after our first vowel. We have revise, revise. And with our last word, we have matrix, matrix, matrix. Let's look at some more. Oop. There's the I. Accidentally went under the C there. There we go. All right, so we have 3 separated vowels. So, like I said, all of these words are going to start with an open syllable. So we're going to separate right after that first O. Now here, if we separate here and make it an open, open, closed, we would read robotic, robotic. And that's not a real word, so let's try this one again. This time, let's close it. Robotic, 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 robotic. That is a real word. Let's separate right after the first vowel. We have B, and silent E will make that A say its name. It's going to be long. Have, behave, behave. Here we have an E and a U, separate right after the first vowel. So we have E, mu, emu. I could also say it as emu, emu. But I've heard that animal pronounced both ways, emu and emu. Find our vowels, and let's break right after the first vowel. So here we have rotate, rotate. Here we have 2 vowels, separate right after the first vowel. Reflex, reflex. And our last one, separate right after the first vowel. So we could say due, or we could say do. And here we have plex, duplex, or duplex. Duplex is usually the correct pronunciation there, duplex, so using the oo sound. So with those long U's, they can be a little tricky. You want to try using the oo sound, and if it doesn't sound right, try using the U sound. So today, when you get back into Seesaw, you're going to have a list of 12 multisyllabic words. You will want to find the vowels and then separate into syllables. And all of the words are going to start with open syllables. So you will need to separate right after the first vowel. However, there are some words on the list, like the word robotic, that have more than 2 syllables. So you will see some 2-syllable words, but you also might see some 3-syllable words. So make sure to pay attention to how many vowels you have, because that is a big clue of how many syllables you have. Not including the silent E, though, because silent E doesn't have a sound, so we ignore that silent E when we are breaking into syllables. So you will have to break the words into syllables, and then you will want to read the words. And remember, there is a microphone over here so that you can read them out loud, and I will be able to hear you. So again, all of the words are going to start with open syllables. After that, it could be closed or silent E. You'll have to check the word, check the vowels carefully in order to know which one to use. I can't wait to hear your reading of the multisyllabic words. See you later, alligators.